Every field of science has developed its own concept of time, and every concept has its own special differences, because nobody actually knows what time really is.
Initially, the seemingly garage band-esque, synth-heavy production turned me away from this album. The opening tracks, drenched in reverb, sparkling melodies, and shallow sampling, fell flat. However, with the darkly driving melody of Craig, Ingalls, and Wrightson, the album started to turn, and I found myself enjoying the tracks more on an aesthetic level. The sampling became grainier and less slick. You Played Me echoed and thumped, an 80s song twisted through layers of distortion and held an interrupted, self-conscious distance. With The Prophecy, it started to feel as though the album was breaking itself apart, shattering its shiny 80s exterior and spinning off in various staticky shards. The sounds of trains passing overhead created imagined cityscapes, the fringes of reality penetrating the melody, which seemingly became more laboured as it gasped through discordant attempts to recreate the artificial harmony of the earlier tracks. With Fleeting Youth and Audible Life, the album tied itself together. The pared back piano melody traced a simplistic nostalgia. Small bursts of air crackled at the seams of the track, the sounds of malfunctioning synths collapsing into silence. The persistent sound of white noise undercut the beauty of the melody. Voices appeared and disappeared. It is an attempt to capture fleeting memory and the aching beauty of nostalgia. And what better medium for this task than sampling? The act of bringing together the disparate into one unified whole, collecting thousands of traces and words in a shared mental image. The album is both about memory and the nature of sampling itself, how it imposes order on disorder, connects the past to the present, disrupts conventional temporal schemes. These themes resonate with the field of book history and its focus on the material content of literary works. It asks what a note in the margins might mean, how the numerous residues left by readers can connect us to an imagined community when we are our most individual, remind us that we are a part of a never-ending, buzzing and empty world. This strangely nostalgic feeling is recreated by Shadow's album. It is filled with stories left untold. As the harmony of the album breaks down, ambient emptiness is left behind. It reminds me of Walter Benjamin's work on book collecting. One has only to watch a collector handle the objects in his glass case. As he holds them in his hands, he seems to be seeing through them into their distant past as though inspired. The album is a confrontation with history outside of direct narrative. It exists through the mind of an individual subject, their recollections and memories. It is disparate and haunting, capturing decay and endless change. However, it does not valorize the past, as does much misguided political nostalgia. It punctures it, reveals its existence through innumerable fragments, its intractability via narrative. In flashing moments it creates a sense of deeper understanding of endless change. As a method of interaction with history, nostalgia is misguided. It has no theoretical armature. It relishes the individual and often attempts to escape the political. It stimulates stillness and reverence over action. However, it is both an individual experience and a social phenomenon. It is deeply felt, and it reflects a current dissatisfaction, a search in the past for answers that only brings up plastic, stretched melodies. It is ineffectual and indicative of our historical moment.